Today we are discussing op-amp application as comparator. So last week I have shared PDF with you which contained the details about op-amp as comparator. So if you want to use operational amplifier as comparator, you have to use it in the open loop configuration. Open loop configuration means when there is no feedback, which you can clearly see from figure 1. So on the non-inverting terminal, this V input is connected. On the inverting terminal, V reference voltage is connected. So here VDD, in classroom we have seen this as VDD as plus VCC. Okay, so you can draw parallel from your classroom learning here. So similarly, minus VEE you can also term as minus VCC, which is nothing but the saturation voltage. So the output equation for any open loop configuration of any op-amp is V naught is equals to A multiplied by V plus minus V minus. V plus simply means the voltage which is applied on the non-inverting terminal, and V minus means the voltage which is applied on the corresponding inverting terminal. So here we are discussing the transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics are nothing but the relationship between the output and the input voltage. So here we are assuming the Vref. Vref is equals to 0. So if you put Vref is equals to 0 in equation 1, your output equation will be simply V naught is equals to A V plus. So V plus here in this case we are considering as Vn as shown in figure 1, and V ref we have kept is equals to 0. Okay, so my output governing equation will be A V plus. So here V delta plus and V delta minus are very small values of the order of microvolts. Okay, so this curve simply tells you when Vin crosses this V del plus value, your op-amp gets into the saturation. When we have seen in the laboratory also, when our op-amp gets into saturation, the output will come as plus VCC. And similarly, when Vin will move in the negative quadrant and cross this V del minus, which is again a very small voltage, your op-amp will again get into the saturation on the negative side, and it will be nothing but minus VCC. So here in this figure we can clearly see a nice linear region between V delta plus and V delta minus. Now, as we know by the basic characteristics of ideal op-amp, that A is very high, is of the order of 10 to the power 6. Practically it is A is equals to 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 5. And VDD in our lab we have operated with IC 741, which was having plus minus VCC is equals to I guess plus 12 plus and minus 12 volts. Okay, so V del equation we can derive from the governing output equations. Similarly, V del minus can be written as VEE by A. Okay, so our input voltage will move between V del minus and V del plus. V del minus and V del plus are very small values of the order of plus minus 50 microvolts. So if you multiply these two quantities, A versus V del plus and V del minus, what you will get? You will get the saturation voltages. So if we assume that we are gonna operate with infinite with op-amp having infinite open loop gain, then this linear region you may not be able to see. We'll discuss that case later, But here in this case, previously we have discussed Vref is equals to 0. Now our second case is when we are assuming that there is some positive reference input here. So Vref is now having some value which is greater than 0. So what will happen to the transfer characteristics? Vref was having some positive value. So the whole graph is shifted towards this Vref value. We are still getting this positive, we are still getting this linear region because we are considering finite response of or finite gain of our operational amplifier. Now we are discussing the case when we are assuming our op-amp has infinite gain, means A is equals to infinite. Okay, so when A is equals to infinite, so A multiplied by V del plus or V del minus will be infinite only. So in that case, this linear region which we find earlier will disappear and it will be converted like this. This region is for when we consider op-amp having infinite gain. So please observe here in this figure 1, this Vin is applied on the non-inverting terminal. We can consider the opposite case of it also. So if we apply Vref on the non-inverting terminal and input at the inverting terminal, then the transfer characteristics will change like this. So how it will change? When your Vf is less than Vin. So here in this case, if you observe, Vref is applied on the positive terminal and Vin on the negative terminal. If you go by the equation, so the equation will become A Vref minus Vin. So if Vref or Vin is falling here on this side, then V0 will give you, so this will give you plus VDD here or plus VCC here, and when this Vin will cross this value, it will get into the negative direction due to this particular equation. So similar to this, there can be other several cases or other several configuration of comparator exists. So this is one such configuration. So first you have to observe it carefully. So here the inverting terminal is connected to the ground and the Vref and Vin is kept on the non-inverting terminal. In this case also the governing equation will remain same. V0 is equals to AV plus, which is voltage at the non-inverting terminal, and the V minus voltage at the inverting terminal. So before jumping on to any conclusion, we have to figure out what is the exact value of V plus. So for that you will apply basic voltage divider rule. So what does voltage divider say? V plus means voltage at this node is equals to Vin, voltage applied here, multiplied by the resistance in the opposite branch, which is R2, divided by total resistance R1 plus R2, plus Vref, similarly resistance in the opposite branch, and then total resistance. So V plus is equals to Vin R2 upon R1 plus R2 plus Vref multiplied by R1 upon R1 plus R2. As we have seen, this inverting terminal is connected to the ground. So by the virtual ground concept, this V minus will be equal to V plus, which is nothing but equal to 0. So the transition of this comparator will take place when V plus, which is this value, crosses 0. So we will keep 0 is equals to V in T designated as V in transition R2 plus Vref R1. So this 1.4 equation is changed as equation 1.5. Okay, so from here, if you find out value of V in transition in terms of R1, R2 and Vref, you will get this. So by this equation, you can clearly say when V plus is greater than 0, then V in is greater than V in T, and the output will be in the positive direction, which is VH. Again, remember, VH is nothing but your plus VCC. Similarly, when V plus is less than 0, then it will correspond to V in less than V in T, and the output will get into the negative direction VL. VL is nothing but your minus VCC. So the transfer curve will look like this. The solution for this particular problem is already given in the PDF, but you can try it on your own. You can try drawing the transfer characteristics for this particular circuit. Another example of smoke detector, which is one of the application of comparator circuit. There can be several applications of comparator circuit wherever you want to switch on or switch off anything based on the some reference value. For example, in your air conditioner, if there is a set point, or in your refrigerator, if you do not want to go to the maximum limit, and if you want to power cut off or save more power, you can utilize this comparator circuits. Okay, so this is the time varying pattern of input voltage, and this is the reference voltage. So this is the comparator behavior. This particular curve is showing you the comparator behavior. So when observe here, when this V in is crossing Vref, okay, so there will come the state change. So earlier, when this Vref was greater than V in, it was having the minus VCC or VL. When this is crossing this Vref point, it is going to plus VCC. Again, when this is coming down from Vref, which is the condition, Vref is less than Vref is greater than V in, then it is coming back here. So this is nothing but this can be treated as on time of a switch, and this can be treated as off time. Okay, so this you already, there is one important concept of duty cycle. So T on divided by T on plus T off is termed as duty cycle. So by checking the output waveform, you can always calculate duty cycle of any comparators. So this is one example, and the solution video is attached in this particular video only, so please go through it. So this question simply says you have to find out the duty cycle for this particular comparator circuit, where input is a sinusoidal wave having 8 volts peak to peak, okay, and without any DC component. Okay, so this is pure sinusoidal wave which is having 8 volt peak to peak. You have to find out the duty cycle. So for finding out the duty cycle, there is set procedure. First you have to set the reference or find out the crossover voltage when this comparator will change or the op-amp will transit from one state to another, and then draw the waveforms. So here is the solution.
The circuit diagram given. If the input to the ideal comparator shown in the figure is a sinusoidal signal of 8 volts peak to peak without any DC component, then the output of comparator has a duty cycle of, what is the duty cycle of given comparator? Okay, so A 1 by 2, B 1 by 3, C 1 by 6 and D 2 by 3. So first of all we should know the operation of comparator and what is meant by duty cycle, then we can proceed for this problem. Okay, so comparator, it is going to be, now for comparator op amp is going to be act as open loop. Okay, and by that time comparator operation is going to looks like this. The output of comparator is depending on the difference between the two input signals. We know output of op amp is going to be defined as V0 is equal to gain times of VID. VID is nothing but input difference voltage by the time A times of V plus minus V minus. VID is nothing but input difference voltage, which is the difference between voltage at non-inverting terminal and voltage at inverting terminal. Okay, and A is going to be very high for the open loop configuration. So by that time this multiplication always yields a larger value, but since we are applying the power supply as either plus or minus VCC, the output voltage is going to be limited to plus VCC or minus VCC. So whether it is plus VCC or minus VCC is depending on which voltage, that is nothing but voltage at which terminal is going to be dominating. So from this one, if voltage at non-inverting terminal is more positive than voltage at inverting terminal, then V0 is equal to, okay, gain times of some positive value you will get. So that implies nothing but a large positive value, but because of power supplies are limited to plus or minus VCC, you will get a plus VCC as outputs. Similarly, if V minus, that is voltage at inverting terminal, dominates over voltage at non-inverting terminal, then you are going to be getting output voltage is a large open loop gain multiplied by negative value. So this negative value into large open loop gain will give a large negative value that is going to be limited by the power supply minus VCC. So even though the product is going to be yielding more than minus VCC, but it will be limited to minus VCC only, as you are applying the power supply as minus VCC. Okay, so this is what operation of comparator. If voltage at non-inverting terminal is dominating, output will be at plus VCC. If voltage at inverting terminal is dominating, at that time output is minus VCC. That's all. These two things you have to remember. And duty cycle is going to be defined as T on divided by T on plus T off. T on plus T off is nothing but total cycle, so it will be defined as T on by T. If you are going with a waveform like this, this is going to be a cycle, clock cycle, and by that time T on implies nothing but this duration, T off implies nothing but where the clock signal is maintaining as 0. So this is nothing but T on plus T off is going to be treated as one complete cycle. Duty cycle is nothing but over which portion the clock signal is going to be in the on condition, that portion is going to be treated as T on, and over which portion the clock signal is inactive, that is treated as T off. So duty cycle is T on by complete cycle, or T on by T on plus T off. So we are going to use this equation, T on by T. Okay, so now we will proceed with the given question. So the question is given with a op amp comparator. For that one, reference voltage is given to inverting terminal with 2 volts reference, and input signal is nothing but 8 volts peak to peak sinusoidal signal. So this is what the sinusoidal signal we are going with, and it has given that one peak voltage is plus 4 volts and negative peak is nothing but minus 4 volts. Because given that one 8 volts peak to peak, that implies nothing but plus 4 to minus 4. The sinusoidal signal is oscillating between. Okay, and here V input we are going like this. V input is Vm sin omega t, and Vm we can write it as peak value. That peak value is nothing but 4. Okay, so Vin is equal to 4 sin omega t. V input is 4 sin omega t, so that the sinusoidal signal is oscillating between +4 and -4 sinusoidally, and reference voltage is at 2 volts. So reference voltage is at 2 volts, so that this is what 2 volts exactly in the half. Okay, so this is what 2 volts. You can draw a line over here. Assume that one, this line is going to be representing 2 volts. Okay, so if the input signal is going to be below this line, at that time this 2 volts is dominating. If the input signal is going to be above this 2 volts line, input signal is dominating. Remember that one. So here it is, the above portion, for this above portion, this is V input. So V input is going to be greater than V reference. That implies nothing but V plus, voltage at non-inverting terminal is more compared to voltage at inverting terminal. Whereas for the below portion, you can write, below portion implies nothing but this portion. For these portions, okay, here it is, V input is going to be less than V reference. That implies nothing but V positive, that is voltage at non-inverting terminal, is lesser than voltage at inverting terminal. So during these portions V0 will be at plus VCC, and during these portions V0 will be at minus VCC according to comparator action. So I will draw the output waveform like this, output waveform over here. Okay, so this is the point. Till this point the output signal is going to be, okay, till this point, this is what the second point, and again the signal is going to be going beyond this 2 volts. This is third point, and this is fourth point. Like this we can draw it. Okay, so if you draw the waveform, this will be the waveform for this one. So during this portion, that is nothing but during this portion, okay, input signal is going to be less than reference voltage, so that it will be at minus VCC. The signal going to be at minus VCC till that point. So it is going to be treated as minus VCC, and whenever this point is reaching and above that one, V input dominates till this second point. So till this second point it will be at plus VCC. So this is what you are going to get, plus VCC, and after that again it is going to be going towards minus VCC as voltage at inverting terminal is dominating. Again this is going with, at this point it goes in this way. So this is what the output waveform you are going to be getting, V0 waveform. V0 will be either at plus VCC or minus VCC, so that this is the waveform you are going to get for the given 4 sin omega t. Okay, so we assume that the portion over here from 0 to this point is going to be treated as omega t1. Okay, and this is what we are saying it as T on, and this is T off. So complete cycle, duty cycle, can be defined as T on by duty cycle is going to be defined as T on divided by T, and we are going for the T is nothing but 2 pi radians, otherwise 360 degrees. We are calculating it in degrees. So T is nothing but total is 360 degrees, and how much is going to be the portion of T on? If you are able to find it in degrees, at that time you can get the duty cycle. T on is nothing but only this portion. Are you understanding this one? This is T on, the portion during these two values. So now I am going with this one. So T on implies nothing but, since it is sinusoidal signal, you can take any one cycle. So that this is T on, and this portion is going to be starting from 0 to this point. We are assuming that one, this is nothing but omega t1 degrees, and this is again it is going to be same because it is increasing 0 to 2 volts, whereas this point is nothing but decreasing from 2 to 0 volts. Both will be same since you are going for the 4 sin omega t only, so that this will be also treated as omega t1. Whether the sinusoidal signal is increasing from 0 to 2 or 2 to 0, it takes the same amount of time, so that omega t1 and omega t1 both will be. So t on can be defined like this. T on is nothing but one half cycle. In this one complete cycle you are going with only positive half cycle, and positive half cycle is nothing but 180 degrees minus 2 times of omega t1. Okay, so if you reduce 2 times of omega t1 from 180 degrees, that's what you will get t on. So now omega t1, what we can write? Okay, omega t1 is nothing but the portion at this point. Let us assume this is going to be something as x. Okay, so at t is equal to omega t1, sorry, at omega t is equal to x, input signal is going to be reaching 2 volts. Okay, but we have defined like this. V input is nothing but we know it is 4 sin omega t. So whenever omega t is equal to x, by that time the value is going to be becoming 2 volts. So V in will become 2 volts whenever omega t is becoming x. Omega t becomes x. So by that time you can write it as this is 1 by 2 is equal to sin x. X implies nothing but sin inverse of 1 by 2, which is nothing but 30 degrees. So 0 to x, x minus 0 degrees, this is what 0 degrees x. Point x is nothing but 30 degrees. Point 0 is nothing but this point is 0 degrees. So x minus 0 is nothing but omega t1, which is nothing but 30 degrees. Omega t1 is 30 degrees, so that you can write t on is equal to 180 minus 2 times of 30, that is 60. So it will be 120 degrees. Now the duty cycle is defined as, now the duty cycle is equal to t on divided by t, which is nothing but 120 divided by 360. So it is 1 by 3. So duty cycle is nothing but 1 by 3 for this problem. So the correct answer for this one is nothing but B. Duty cycle for this one is nothing but 1 by 3. T on is 120 degrees. Total T is nothing but 360 degrees. Thank you.